Good evening, gamers and gentlefolk. Welcome back to another broadcast of the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm going to be your host, Sound, and tonight we are going to be checking out a Coastal Division quarterfinal match. This is going to be a best-of-3 series in our B East division. We're going to see ICC TBD going up against fensad. The 4th and 5th seeds of their division. It's likely to be a very tight contest tonight. And there is some matchup history between these two teams. They have, of course, played in the regular season this season, but they also faced off against one another back in Season 14. And in Season 14, fensad got the better of ICC TBD, but the most recent matchup between these two did go in favor of ICC TBD. They are also the team in 4th place. So, speaking of standings implications and all that jazz, let's take a look at how we got to where we are in the standings. Both teams finishing with almost the same number of points there, very close, 22 and 20 respectively. And checking in on how that affects our bracket, we can check out, yes. So we've already seen 30 to 50 feral hoggers make it to the semifinals of this division. Tonight also features a matchup between Hunkrats and Regen Immortal. So much of the... I'm sorry, not Hunkrats and Regen Immortal. Regen Immortal and Anarchy, I believe, is tonight's match. And so that side of the playoff bracket will be decided by the end of the evening, and we will have one half of this top side of the bracket as well. Let's take a look at our battlegrounds for bans and picks and whatnot. We had ICC TBD banning Battlefield of Eternity and Towers of Doom, fensad banning Braxis and Dragonshire, and our first battleground for this match is going to be on Alterac Pass. I'll just let these teams know that we are ready here, and we should be getting into this match shortly. Every one of fensad and ICC TBD's previous matchups have gone the full distance of 3 games, so I expect that we will see a tight contest tonight. Welcome to everyone tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. It's always great to have all of NGS supporting our community members, coming out and cheering for these teams, and let them know in chat if you're here to cheer them on. I'm sure they would love to see it when they go back and watch the VOD. Looks like we are close to starting here. We have all players in the lobby. We're just waiting for a few more readies. And it looks like we're just doing some last minute powwowing. I'm going to be excited to see if fensad are able to change their most recent matchup against ICC TBD. They were able to take one map, but in the end, ICC TBD came out on top. So it would be really interesting to see if the fortunes change here. I'm excited to see these teams face off. A little bit of caster trivia. Fensad are actually the first team that I ever casted. In the off-season, before we got started for Season 16, after I decided that I wanted to give casting a try, I kind of made an open call to any team that was willing to let me cast a scrim of theirs. And Ruglord and the fine folks over at fensad did just that. Let's get into this first draft for Game 1. With TBD having selected the map, that gives fensad the first opportunity to act here. Looks like the lobby is not built correctly, though. So we'll see if that turns into a remake. Let me double check with these teams. Yeah, there you go. That makes more sense. Great, great. That is incorrect. This is what I want. Great. We will get those team members back into the lobby as quickly as they can. And we thank you all for your patience. In the moments before, our teams realized that they had mismatched first pick and map pick. We saw a Lucio ban go out. I'll be interested to see if that continues on, or if that was just kind of a placeholder. Oops, the lobby's wrong. Lucio is an excellent hero, of course. Though Alterac, I don't think, is necessarily his best battleground. It's hard to say that there are any battlegrounds that the hero cannot shine on. Looks like we've got everyone back in the lobby, but we once again should be getting started shortly, which would be great. Other heroes that always come to mind when talking about Alterac, Pogger, for his ability to grab the null camp by himself faster than I think pretty much the entire rest of the cast. Perhaps Naisha's Memento Maiev might do it a little faster. Let's get into the draft again. Now with fensad as the first to act, because ICC chose Battleground. It's going to be a Vala first ban. An excellent hero, scales well into the late game. Level 20 bar flight, kind of a win condition unto itself. There's that Lucio ban again. So it looks like we do have someone on fensad who is fond of the hero. Second ban available for fensad. Likely to be a targeted ban. Teams have ample scouting data to work off of at this point in the season. And it looks like we're going to get the Johanna ban. Excellent. Next ban here for ICC TBD could still ban Hogger if they think the Null pack leader is a huge menace. Junkrat, another popular hero for the map, for his ability to safely stall the objective. It's going to be a Nubarak ban instead. A Nubarak, another great tech pick for the map. There it is, that Hogger first pick. Not surprising to see it. A Nubarak's ability to cheese the objective with his Beetle summons makes him a powerful choice. But that did leave Hogger open for fensad, and they rather quickly picked up Null. Blaze and Anduin on the side of ICC TBD. Blaze, perhaps the second best offlaner for the map, or best, depending on how much you prioritize bunker. Brightwing, another great support to pick early, and there's that Junkrat pick again. Like we mentioned, his ability to stall the objective with his frag launcher and his concussive blast. The hero offers a lot of utility here on the map. Next ban for ICC TBD, likely to be on a frontliner, a main tank. Muradin still available, as is Diablo. Looks like Greymane is going to be the ban instead, choosing to narrow the ranged assassin pool a bit further. Fensad don't really have the benefit of, or luxury to ban out a tank here, as they still need to select their own. So we may see a ranged assassin ban here, or a special flex pick. Looks like it's Raynor ban. A bit of a surprise for me. Not someone that I consider as too popular in the meta, but his Exterminator talent gives him a good deal of boss clear and camp clear, so not bad on a map with an important camp and 2 bosses. Next 2 picks here for TBD. I'd love to see a tank pickup here. I think the Muradin Stitches, okay. If you can hit hooks, this is a good map for the gas bag. And Falstad, the other pick. A global hero, always solid to pick up on such a large battleground. Last 2 picks here, a tank and one more flex pick. It's going to be the Tychus and Muradin. There's our Bronzebeard. Tychus, that percent damage, really going to chew through the front line of Blaze and Stitches. Not surprised to see them go with that Marine. Last pick here, our flex pick for TBD. They could use some burst damage. Maybe KT for follow-up CC? Okay, Nazebo. Opting for a different pick up. So let's take a look at these drafts. Hogger, Brightwing, Junkrat give a lot of potential for playing the map well on the side of fensad. Of course, for TBD, Stitches is always a menace. You know, being able to generate single pick kills at any point in the game, especially after level 13, is going to be pretty challenging. So we'll see how fensad are able to navigate around that. Tychus and... I guess Tychus is really the most likely to get hooked and die. But we'll see. It's anyone's guess how it'll shake out. Let's get into it. Our first game in this quarterfinals match. And introducing our teams here on the left, in blue, we have ICC TBD. Chauncey playing Blaze, Rabid Penguin on Stitches, MJ Doom on Anduin, Hippo XXX on Nazebo, and Phantoms playing Falstad. And to the right in red, we've got fensad. Ruglord playing Hogger, Jazzyfast on Brightwing, Gersmore on Junkrat, Psycho on Muradin, and CW Ender playing Tychus. Taking a look at our level 1 talents as we get into the first wave of the game. No stacking talents just yet. There we go. It's going to be Gathering Storm for Falstad, that Q build, and Thing of the Deep for Nazebo, looking for 100 stacks to increase their spell power. It also gives them increased range on all of their abilities. First hook of the game from Rabid Penguin does go wide. Phantom's booped in here. A great boop from Gersmore. Puts a lot of threat onto the Falstad player, but they're able to get away without too much trouble, still having their barrel roll available to them. And it looks like we've got fensad kind of sharking around looking for Hippo in the bot lane. And in top, it's Rabid Penguin up against Ruglord. 3 seconds until our camps spawn, and so we can see ICC TBD are there right on time. Chauncey and Phantoms taking no time to start that one up. And on the other side, Ruglord has done the same. So, as Crush often says, we'll see who wins. 2 people or, oh my gosh, on the bot side, Hippo able to get the kill, Psycho cleaning up the Nazebo in response. First 2 kills of the game, and despite having a really substantial timing lead, ICC TBD only narrowly finishing their camp ahead of fensad. Level 4s are nearing for both of our teams, and they've got pretty much equal experience. Checking in on our level 4 talents, Hippo has opted for Blood Ritual. And there is a pause. So we'll take a look here, up on out. And I'll keep track of if we get back into the game here. Looks like we have some players with ping issues. For those who are just tuning in now, welcome, welcome. I hope you're excited for this quarterfinals B East matchup. Looks like we've got a lot of supporters of ICC TBD in chat, as well as fensad, pretty evenly represented on both sides. Loving it. What is that observer interface, and where can I find it for my own HOTS? I've got a link to the overlay that Spazzo generated, which is what I'm using, in the credits field just below the video. You can also use !credits to take a look at all of the different assets that and artists who have contributed to my stream. It wouldn't be possible without them. But yeah, if you want to check out the Spazzo's overlay, I highly recommend it. There's a link down below. And it looks like we're getting back into it. Okay. So the mid-camp definitely in favor of fensad here. They're going to get a lot of push done on this fort front wall. Checking back in on our level 4s. It's Bigger They Are for Tychus. A great tool for chewing through the massive health pools of Rabid Penguin and Chauncey. And it looks like we've got a little bit of experience lead for TBD. That might just be that they've gotten ahead on the minions. Objectives spawning here in the next 10 seconds. Here on the top side. Which, of course, also means that our camps are about to respawn. Chauncey and Ruglord both right on time to start up the objective. Gersmore looking for another cheeky boob. CW Under does not have the minigun available to put too much pressure onto Rabid Penguin there. And checking in on bot lane, we've got our two globals duking it out. Phantom's likely to get the better of these trades. But Jazzy Fast is a little bit more global, if you will, with how quickly phase shift can go off. And of course, Falstad has no way to interrupt that. Level 7's online for the home team. Looks like we've got Desperate Pair. Great boop onto Rabid Penguin. Body blocks from Ruglord dropped. Chauncey gets the stun onto 2. CW Under hooked in. That's going to draw the phase shift from Jazzy Fast. So a solid looking engagement from ICC TBD, but in the end, no kills found. And in bot, we've had Phantoms pushing away this whole time, getting a little bit of siege damage here on that fort front wall in bot lane. That's not what I want. So it looks like both teams are pretty happy to... Chauncey booped in now. Gersmore really shining on with those concussive blasts. Rabid Penguin's hook a little bit short. That is likely to be a bigger problem come 13 once Fishing Hook is unlocked. Rabid Penguin perhaps looking for a gank. Isn't going to end up grabbing it. Instead, we've got fensad working on that camp. They are ahead on these captures, and so they will be able to continue generating passive pressure here in the mid lane. Hog Wild used by Ruglord to escape from Rabid Penguin. No hook available. Teams perhaps just waiting it out, trying to get their level 10s, unlock those heroic abilities. It will be a large power spike for ICC TBD. Rabid Penguin on the stitches with Gorge becomes a very scary hero to handle. Of course, fensad getting this front wall down on mid does make the Gorge threat much, much smaller. Heroic secured its bunker and light bomb, Gargantuan, Gust, and Gorge, as predicted. On the other side, it's Shockwave, Blink Heal, Riptire, Avatar, and Commandeer Odin. ICC TBD in position here to try and contest, but fensad are available for the defense. CW Ender just narrowly escaping. Rabid Penguin falling very low. Here comes the Riptire. Psycho also low. Chauncey gets the light bomb. Doesn't hit anyone with it. Psycho, oh my gosh, Ruglord stunning out Chauncey once again. There's the hook onto Gersmore, but they're able to boot themselves to safety. Heroics flying on both sides, but in the end, no kills for either team. Looks like we've got fensad falling back to start up their null camp again. A slight experience lead still in favor of ICC TBD. Looks like that is primarily thanks to their minion experience lead. Psycho falling low on mana here. We'll see if they have an opportunity to deal with that issue. And Ruglord and CW Ender killing off the prison defenders. That's going to be CW Ender popping the Odin for siege. Commandeer Odin, a great sieging tool given its range. They're going to have to be careful though. Rabid Penguin could stun and drag them in. Of course, Ruglord is getting the objective channel for fensad. Another pause coming out, unfortunately. It seems as though Chauncey is the culprit for our rough connection issues. So first objective channel is going in favor of fensad here. They have also done a great job getting that mid-fort wall down to mitigate the gorge threat from Stitches. So at this early stage in the game, I would say that fensad are a little bit ahead. And as far as who scales better, it's really hard to say. I think I'm thinking that ICC TBD might scale a bit better. The Falstad Nazebo combo, getting Wind Tunnel and potentially Vial Infection if they opt for it at 20. That is a lot of lockdown and damage available. Defensive cooldowns for fensad don't really ramp up. So if the game goes late, it could be in ICC TBD's favor. So if that prediction is correct, then it is all the better that fensad have this early lead. Looks like we are just waiting out a little bit more. And we should be able to get back into it. Great. So 7 seconds left on this objective channel. CW under sidestepping the hook from Rabid Penguin. And Jazzy Fast being able to soak during that is a big boon for the experience deficit that fensad were facing. CW under saving that run and gun to avoid these hooks, doing really well on that. And of course, on the top side, I totally missed it, fensad able to secure their second kill of the game. Nazebo now no longer available for the defense here. And that gives fensad a lead towards the level 13 talent tier. Checking in on the bot side, we can see Gersmore and Jazzy Fast pushing into Phantoms here. With level 13, that unlocks a pretty big power spike for Hogger with Pummel, as well as for Tychus, the Neo Steel coating. A absolutely bonkers spell shield. Level 13s on both sides now. It's going to be Collision Course for Blaze, Ice Block for Nazebo, Flow Rider for the Falstad, kind of ramping up that Q scaling. So on top side, oh gosh, great zombie wall, but Ruglord is able to hog wild their way out. Rabid Penguin, I think, still has hook available, but they're not going to pull the trigger there. Checking in on the baseline stacks for Nazebo, they are already up past 100, doing well to stack their Voodoo Ritual. And here on bot lane, Phantoms not doing as well with the Gathering Storm, only 17 stacks, looking to reach the magic number 30. Hippo getting the Hog Wild in, huge stun from Chauncey, will peel. And it is a 4-hero commitment here to the mid lane for both teams. fensad once again getting a slight lead. Hook onto Jazzy Fast here, able to blink heal away. Psycho, I think, already used their Dwarf Toss. still have yet to see a Gorge out from Rabid Penguin. Checking in on top lane, Ruglord is pushing away, really working on these structures. They still have their Hog Wild. Looks like they're going to get out just in time. Camps spawning in about 30 seconds for fensad and 40 for TBD. Next objective will be available for contest shortly. We'll see if our teams are able to get their globals into the further lane. Phantoms has not had the opportunity to really get out of here in a while. 3-on-3 here in mid, but no hook Gorge just yet. And thus spawns our next objective. We've got Hogger working on the Null camp on the right side of the map, Blaze and Anduin setting up to do the same on the left. And we've got Psycho corralling these Alliance defenders, trying to eliminate these minions. They will not respawn or regain health, so as far as downtime activities for heroes, eliminating those defenders is a solid choice. CW Ender here eats the slow. That's a Gorge onto the Tychus, followed up by the Light Bomb a little early though. Still, that is a kill onto Tychus nonetheless. Level 16s on both sides. Juggernaut plating for Blaze is a big one. Double pull from Anduin, which is called Glyph of Faith. Dwarf launch from Psycho. And of course, this power play is going to give ICC TBD the opportunity to step up and start channeling the objective here. Phantoms is going to secure it despite Psycho's best efforts with that Stormbolt. Still 15 seconds from Tychus' spawn, so it's going to be a tricky place for fensad to get back in. Ruglord trying to dissuade Hippo from pushing here. Psycho gets hooked back in, pops the Avatar. They will be safe. Another great boot from Gersmore, but Psycho's stuck around a little too long. Another kill going over to ICC TBD there, and that is going to secure them this next objective phase. So, an early lead for fensad, but ICC TBD doing well to come back strong here. Once again, neck and neck on experience. The minion XP dead even. The structure XP a little bit in favor of our red team, but I imagine that will even out here with this next objective. Checking in on bot lane, we've got Hippo pushing away with the Gargantuan, getting as much siege as they can here on the bottom fort. CW Ender caught alone here. MJ Doom hitting the Chastise, trying to dissuade that Tychus as much as possible. Phantoms 2-on-1 here. They will back up. And in the bot lane, Hippo able to secure that fort thanks to their early siege ahead of the objective. MJ Doom, Chauncey, and Rabid Penguin working on the mid fort. They'll likely get it. A great stun onto the Anduin player. That's going to be a dead boy prince, king, whatever. A great kill. 3-3. Very even. Gorge is available for Rabid Penguin, but it looks like they are not interested in looking for a hook Gorge. Checking in on top lane, Phantoms was able to get a bunch more siege done on top fort. So after that second objective phase, 2 forts going down for fensad. ICC TBD doing a great job there. Hook goes just a little wide. We'll see if they are able to get any push done here. Chauncey hitting CW Ender. They did get cleansed, but that is another Gorge onto the Tychus player. Here comes the phase shift. Will it be in time? It is. Jazzy Fast able to blink out. Psycho very low here. Jumps out with the Avatar. Phantom's looking for a gust. They are going to be able to escape, though. Some great trap placement from Gersmore. Jazzy Fast doesn't have a blink heal just yet. Rabid Penguin likely looking for one more hook. Lands it onto Psycho. They do still have their Dwarf Toss, so they'll get out alive without too much hassle. So 5-on-5. Many ults flying, but in the end, everybody able to escape. Some really amazing support play from JazzyFast to save CW Ender there. Tychus seeming like the primary target for ICC TBD's Gorges. And they have gone unscouted onto this bottom boss, and they are ripping through it. That's going to be thanks largely to the level 16 from Nazeebo, Ring of Poison. Storm talents on both sides. It is Vile Infection for Nazeebo. That paired with the spell armor reduction from Boomerang at level 7 from Falstad means that ICC TBD are going to be doing a lot of damage here in the late game with these Storm talents. Ooh, narrow miss onto Gersmore there. Great sidestep from the Junkrat player. And with Ruglord down in bot cleaning up that boss, fensad are going to try and buy as much space for Gersmore as they can to get stalls, but it is getting sketchy. Another hook narrowly misses. And it's Gas Bag at level 20 for the Stitches, giving Unstoppable a pretty big benefit for that front line. Censure from Anduin for the Suns. Extra oomph from Junkrat. Top fort goes down. A hook onto a Null is going to do a lot of damage here. Narrow miss from the Power Spike. A great gust gets fensad into a corner there, and Psycho remains isolated here. CW Ender and Ruglord looking for more damage. Chauncey pouring damage into Psycho here, and that's going to secure the objective. Bunker dropped. Can they get a kill onto the Stitches here? Real-line popped. They do secure it. That's another jump in. Looking for MJ Doom here, but so much damage on the Psycho. That's going to be a kill. Blaze goes down next. MJ Doom and Hippo continuing to kite. So 2 kills for 1 there, but in the end, the objective was secured by ICC TBD. With Hippo's Gargantuan coming off cooldown, shortly they are likely to get a keep here in this mid lane. Checking in on bot, we do have Gersmore working on the objective and wave. CW Ender and JazzyFast doing as much as they can from a safe distance, not wanting to feel the full force of this Vile Infection Nazeebo. That's going to be the first keep of the game, mid-keep going down. CW Ender caught in a great zombie wall, but JazzyFast able to get the phase shift off thanks to their Storm talent. Speedy Dragon, phase shift's cooldown being reduced, a huge boon for Right Wing's teammates. Second keep goes down. 2 keeps down on the side of fensad means that ICC TBD do have a path to victory. The damage reduction offered by keeps is 20% per keep. So with 2 keeps down, fensad's core a lot more vulnerable to a push from the home team. With this boss, Hippo face checks here, gets stunned by Psycho. There is the hook and gorge onto... there goes a lot of damage. Another great Speedy Dragon. Does Psycho have the jump? They don't. That's going to be a kill onto the Muradin player. Another great hook from Rabid Penguin. CW Ender not getting the sidestep this time around. 2 kills now onto Ruglord and CW Ender. With 3 kills in their hands, I would love to see ICC TBD run towards fensad's core, and it seems like they are interested in doing the same. Junkrat is a fair bit of defense, and this core hits really hard, but they've got 30 seconds until the front line of fensad are going to be back up and available to defend. And so it looks like game 1 on their map pick, ICC TBD are going to take it here. Fensad will have to answer back a little more decisively if they want to take game 2. A great first map, great first game on Alterac. Really strong showing from both teams. Very exciting stuff to see. Checking in on our post-game stats. We've got Nazebo topping out the lobby from damage. That's going to be largely due to their level 20, the Vile Infection there. Experience also in favor of Hippo. Hippo getting all of the shiny numbers here. And I think that is a testament to our blue team, ICC TBD, playing to their win condition there. They did a great job letting their Nazebo scale. And so that is going to do it for Game 1. Map over to ICC TBD. Excellent. Now, if history is any indication of what comes next, we are likely to see fensad win this second game. Every single series these two teams have played to date have gone the full length, all 3 games. And that was a pretty close contest there, up until the late game. fensad definitely holding their own against the higher seed team. And looking at our battlegrounds that are still available, I'll be interested to see if fensad have a preference for where to go. Ruglord performed quite well on the Hogger, so when I think Hogger, I think Infernal Shrines. It's also NGS's most popular map, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it selected here. But of course, they might have some scouting data that tells them that ICC TBD are not to be trifled with on the battleground. I'm trying to think if Stitches is a comfort pick for Rabid Penguin. I don't think you'd really want to go to Tomb if you're fensad, if you're going to go for map pick. They could, of course, opt for first pick here. We'll see how it works out. For anyone and everyone who has tuned in midway through Game 1, thank you very much for stopping by the stream. I know these teams are going to be excited to see everyone cheering them on, and I am always pleased to cast these games and bring them to you live. Welcome in, Hunter Lust. Nice to have you. It looks like we do have our next battleground selected, and we are going to be headed to Volskaya Foundry as chosen by ICC TBD. Excellent. Another map that scales late. Another map where a Falstad Nazebo comp could shine. We'll see if fensad have cleaner answers for those heroes this time round. We'll let our teams know that we are ready out here in TV land to see them duke it out once more. But it looks like we are waiting on a few players to get situated before we can get into this Game 2 of the quarterfinals. This is the only quarterfinal, or the only round of the playoffs that remains as a best of 3. Semifinals Coastal Finals, and Grand Finals will all be a best-of-5 format. So I'll have time to work on the vocal stamina before those longer matches end up coming around. Thank you for the follow, Hunter Lust. And to anyone and everyone who follows the stream, a huge thank you. When I started casting at the beginning of the season, I did not expect the generosity that I would receive from our humble community. It's been a lot of fun casting for all of you, getting to see teams from all divisions duke it out. And it's been great to have everyone tuning in and following and whatnot. I think I'm eligible to be affiliate streamer now. I don't really know what that means, frankly. I never planned to monetize the channel. But nonetheless, it's great to have everyone following along in their homes, hotel rooms, or wherever they find themselves. I would be really excited to see a Sky Temple game played here. Just for the sheer fact that it is an uncommon battleground for NGS. Most people do not like it because once you're winning, you don't necessarily have to interact with your opponent. But it is a very unique map. It looks like we've got readies on all sides here. So we should be getting into Game 2 draft shortly. We'll see if fensad look to mitigate any of the selections. Hippo doing so much damage on the Nazebo in that late game, and getting a lot of push value throughout the game once the Gargantuan came online. It's pretty exciting to see good Nazebo play. So we'll see if fensad opt to ban that away from them this time round. Let's get into this draft. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Oh, interesting. Volibear or fensad. A Lucio ban, again, not surprising. These seem to be targeted bans. Both teams understanding where their opponents are strong. A Falstad ban. Phantom's doing very well on the hero last game. Some excellent value out of the global and out of the wind tunnel at 20. First pick available for fensad. We'll see if they prioritize the Hogger once again. Ruglord seemed very comfortable on the hero, instead opting for a first pick Blaze. Perhaps the best in slot for the offlane. Bunker, a huge tool. An ice block for your entire team that grants armor after you exit it, pretty good. And you can do damage while you're inside the ice block, also pretty good. Anubarak Anduin. The response. Looks like We've got a Brightwing and Hanzo. Alright. So, no tank selected for fensad yet. We are likely to see a ban on one here for ICC. If Garrosh is in the hero pool of fensad, that is kind of who I would look to ban. Looks like it's going to be Muradin instead. Next ban here, I'm thinking an offlaner. Perhaps Urel. It's going to be Hogger instead. Next two picks here for ICC TBD, they still need damage, they still need a offlaner. So we'll see what they prioritize here in these next two picks. Leoric and Zul'jin. Zul'jin, a Volskaya special with his ability to get stronger and stronger even if you lose an objective. Last two picks for fensad, likely to be a main tank and another damage dealer. But of course it could be a Blaze main tank, you never know. Chromie and ETC. Ooh, we've got a cow game. Exciting. Last pick here for ICC TBD. They could go for a spicy double support. Hyper carry Zul'jin. That wouldn't be the worst idea, frankly. It might just be another damage dealer. This could be another Nazeebo game. Hippo could reprise their role on the Witch Doctor. They made the hero really sing. It's going to be Gul'dan instead. Excellent. So let's take a look at these drafts here as everyone gets through the swap phase and loads into the game. Anubarak, not the most sturdy of front lines, but neither is ETC on fensad's side. Blaze Bunker will help mitigate Leoric and Tomb, so that'll give Chromie and ETC and Hanzo a way of escaping that heroic. Zul'jin and Gul'dan both scale really well. This is going to be a tough one for fensad. And with ICC and with TBD having selected this battleground, I have to imagine they're very comfortable on it. We'll see if they're able to secure the domination here, or if fensad bring us to a Game 3 as they have in every other meeting with TBD. Let's get into it and find out, and introduce our teams. Here on the left in blue, we've got ICC TBD. Rabid Penguin playing Anubarak, Chauncey on Leoric, MJ Doom on Anduin, Phantoms playing Zul'jin, and Hippo on Gul'dan. And to the right in red, we've got fensad. Ruglord playing Blaze, CW Ender on ETC, Hirobi on Chromie, Jazzyfast on Hanzo, and Psycho playing Brightwing. Getting into our first wave here, we've got Recklessness from Zul'jin, not too surprising. Hippo having yet to select their level 1. We'll see which questing talent Gul'dan opts for, and it is Redemption for Hanzo at level 1. Alright, Hippo is going for Chaotic Energy, likely to be making it a W build game, the Drain Life build. Rabid Penguin gets in onto CW Ender there. Phantoms chases on for a few more stacks of You Want Axe. And it looks like ICC TBD doing a great job getting the better end of these trades here. Checking in on the bot lane. Looks like we've got Ruglord trading favorably into Chauncey. And 1 minute marks the spawn of all of the mercenary camps. Fensad immediately getting onto this fortification camp. Nothing further from the blue team there, opting instead to work on their top siege camp instead. Not your typical rotation. So we'll see if they want to get an early push with Anubarak beetles. And we've got Phantoms and MJ Doom working on this turret, but of course this has given Fensad all of the space in the world in top to secure the healing beacon. An early item lead for ICC TBD. Level 4s unlocking for both teams here shortly. We've got loudspeakers from CW Ender. What is this one? Health funnel. Great. Ooh, MJ Doom looking to stack up the Piercing Light, getting additional spell power and a Pierce. Ignore All Distractions from Jazzyfast, an interesting selection that will give Hanzo the opportunity to auto-attack minions and then poke onto the objective with relative safety. So we'll see if that's kind of the tech pick. Hirobi caught in a bad spot, but able to get the phase shift. A great time trap to peel for themselves there. Excellent play from the Chromie there. Objective unlocking here on mid. Looks like we've got Fensad in a better position for it. Rabid Penguin double stun onto 2. Phantoms looking for more stacks of You Want Axe. But Fensad still have most of the HP of this top camp available to them. That's a lot of damage onto the Anubarak. Will Rabid Penguin make it out? They are going to go down. First blood for Fensad. And that is also going to give them the opportunity for first objective channel here, securing A for the time being. An early level 7 for Fensad will unlock nanomachine coating. Oh my gosh. Checked in just in time to see Zul'jin get popped by Hirobi and friends. We are just around the corner from level 8, which will unlock Chromie's Heroic for the side of Fensad. I think this is probably a Slowing Sands game. And it is just that. So much space control available to Fensad on these control points, thanks to that talent. Looks like we've got channel going over to TBD here. CW Ender able to get the stun onto MJ Doom, but they're going to have to back up. Not wanting to give Phantoms any stacks. Jazzyfast still looking to complete their redemption. CW Ender in a lot of trouble here. Takes us 1, here's 2 stuns. A great cleanse from Psycho will get the ETC out of trouble. Really well played by Psycho there. And Fensad, once again, step on point. They're about a full level ahead towards their heroics, thanks largely to these hero kills, as well as the additional mercenary experience. And the item advantage is still heavily in Fensad's favor. They've got 2 turrets and a healing token. That's going to secure the first objective, first protector going over to Fensad, and heroics unlocking shortly for the rest of the red team. That's level 10s, which unlocks Bunker, Dragon's Arrow, Blink Heal, and Mosh Pit. Of course, ICC TBD do have a relatively reliable Mosh Pit interrupt with Rabid Penguin. And we've got the rest of ICC TBD soaking, trying to find their heroics here on the map. Hippo in a interesting spot, perhaps trying to set up for a Horrify angle. But they do not have the talent unlocked just yet. half of the HP of TBD's top fort going down during this objective phase, and heroics unlocked for TBD. It's going to be Cocoon, Entomb, Light Bomb, Tazdingo, and Horrify. Jazzy Fast able to get the natural agility over the wall. Rabid Penguin trying to get aggressive there now that their heroics are online. Level 7 Curse of Exhaustion from Hippo is going to do a lot to help TBD chase onto the members of fensad here. And they're going to have to start attending to this top lane a little more consciously. Fensad are here early. CW Ender feared off the point, but hit by the root. They don't get the mosh pit off. Objective goes over to TBD. Chauncey falling low here. They drop both heal pulses. Ruglord taking a lot of damage. Bunker not available anymore. A great stun onto 2. Phantoms does still have Tazdingo available. Still a fair bit of scaling required for them. Narrowly missing here. A stun in onto Psycho. The Brightwing isn't going to make it. Hirobi caught in the wrong spot. 2 more kills going over to ICC TBD, and that is going to put them ahead to the level 13 talent tier. A great fight for TBD. Fensad underestimating how fragile the ETC was going to be. Jazzy Fast taking so much damage from Hippo here. They're going to have to hearth back. Level 13's unlocked for the home team. It's Mithril Mace and auto attack build for Leoric. Burning Beetles for Rabid Penguin, amping up their siege damage. Eye of Zul'jin. So Zul'jin is able to give themselves move speed now. Mosh Pit and Dragon's Arrow, but the timely Leap of Faith from MJ Doom saves the Gul'dan player. I imagine Fensad would love to have that cooldown back. Turret is available for Fensad. We'll see if any of our red team are able to make it down. Talent tiers even on both sides. Level 13s for both of our teams. And 1 minute until the healing camp spawns. Objective in top lane, spawning shortly here. And we do have Fensad securing their turret. So we do have a slight item lead. Ruglord perhaps going to catch the Entomb here. Psycho trying to get them out. Ruglord drops the bunker. Gets caught in the Entomb, will drop their turret, but they are unlikely to survive this. That's going to be another kill for TBD. Putting them even further ahead now towards their 16s. This is going to give Phantoms and Hippo the opportunity to step up and get a fair bit of siege onto the mid-fort wall. While in top lane, we've got Rabid Penguin and Chauncey prepping the top wave to push into the fort here. CW Under using their Encore talent to get a little bit of heroic CDR. And about 25% secured for TBD. These teams are playing patiently around these objectives. I imagine TBD are going to look to find their level 16 talents before they want to get aggressive and fight with Fensad. And they've got them online now. Mithril Mace, Spectral Leech, I'd called it Mithril Mace. So Leoric's attack speed is going to start ramping up here. With the talent tier advantage, we will see TBD starting this healing camp. Phantoms hasn't quite unlocked the double revolving sweep. And there is the pause Good old reliable. We'll check in, see how the teams are doing with their ping issues. So ICC TBD definitely looking really strong here with a early lead towards their 16s, a relatively even map state, and the stronger scaling comp. I'm thinking that it's going to be a tough ladder to climb for fensad if they want to get back into this second game. The battleground selection preference for ICC TBD seems to really benefit them. They looked very comfortable on Alterac. They're looking very comfortable here on Alterac or Volskaya as well. And it looks like our ping issues are resolving pretty soon, shortly here. We'll get back into game 2. For anyone who I didn't get to welcome before, welcome in now. It's a pleasure to have you. Ah, Chauncey's playing from EU, and that's why their ping is bad, I guess. That would make a lot of sense. That's a far way to play from. And, you know, it's a series of tubes, so it takes a long time for the bits to get across. But we're getting into it. We should be unpaused here shortly. There we go. Level 16's just around the corner for fensad, but Chauncey in position to get a really big entomb. Great polymorph and... oh my gosh, so much damage onto Chauncey here. That's going to be a deadly auric. Dragon's Arrow goes wide. And Leoric will be back soon, but that's going to give fensad the rest of the channel here. They already have 90%. I'll be surprised to see if TBD are able to get back in for a contest, and they don't. CW Ender looking for another power slide. And fensad working on finishing off this top fort. They'd like to get periodic catapult pressure in their favor. A 4-hero commitment to the top lane from ICC TBD. We've got Hippo off soaking on the Gul'dan. Kind of a surprising choice. But I suppose with Leoric's percent damage, they want to get through the health of the Protector as quickly as possible. And that is fair. Not much damage going on to the fort here, and that is the completion of Yuant Axe. They will have the double... oh my gosh, what a great fear. And that's going to be a dead Hanzo. The Light Bomb onto CW Ender there. A great entomb here, but the bunker is timely. Ender moshes in place, but there's no damage to follow up with Chromie in the robot. So another 2 kills going over to ICC TBD. A incredibly decisive engage from Hippo, using that Horrify on Hanzo right as Routed Penguin cocooned the ETC to prevent any sort of peel. Really strong play. And we're going to have ICC TBD immediately get down onto the fortification camp of fensad. Level 18's just around the corner. That unlocks the Storm Talent for Hirobi, and it seems like they've gone for Piercing Sands. These Anubarak Beetles won't interfere with Chromie's damage any longer. But with Phantoms and Hippo having a lot of space on this fort, Oh my gosh, Rabid Penguin able to get the short-range burrow charge. Is slow. And that's a lot of damage going on to Hippo. But it looks like everyone makes it out alive. Another Horrify here, looking for CW Under perhaps. Rabid Penguin did not have the follow-up stuns. All the while, in top lane, we've got Chauncey plugging away at top fort. They're happy to take a building as it's undefended. Time Walker's Pursuit revealing the outnumbered members of ICC TBD. Another pull from NJ Doom will get Anubarak out of trouble. Really strong cleanses out of the Anduin player this time round. And they're looking for a kill onto Chauncey. CW Ender slides onto Rabid Penguin. There's the boot, but they still have the burrow charge to get away. Storm Talents unlocked on the side of ICC TBD. It's Rewind for Anubarak, Buried Alive for Leoric, Censure from Anduin, Amani Resilience for Phantoms, and Haunt from Hippo. Lots of big power spikes at this Storm Talent tier for ICC TBD. And they are in the lead on the map structurally. Passive catapult pressure is in their favor. In the mid lane, at least. Checking in on bot lane, we've got a rotation onto the Leoric. They're going to go down. Of course, this heavy commitment to the bot lane is giving TBD a lot of room to continue pushing. Hippo gets the fear onto Brightwing, but there's no follow-up. So Haunt going to be on cooldown for a bit. Here comes Ruglord on the flank. They're trying to get a catch here. A great Dragon's Arrow, but Ruglord will get cocooned. Target practice lands on Phantoms. Fensad doing as much as they can to take advantage of the power play they have on the map, but unfortunately, TBD were able to slip away. Chauncey respawning shortly here. If Hirobi isn't careful, they might just get entombed. Understanding the threat level, they'll walk away with that time trap to save them. Objective A unlocking here, or Objective C is available. We'll see if our teams want to fight over the goofy, spinny turret area. While our Leoric reconnects. Chauncey playing from Japan. Gotcha, gotcha. That is still a long way to play from, frankly. And it's great to see that the NGS community is in fact an international community. The league is based in North America, but players from all around the world are participating. Very cool. I know that we have a lot of NA players who server hop over to EU to get quicker queue times. But I'll tell you, Storm League will never replace the amazing benefit that NGS provides to us Heroes of the Storm players. I am a huge fan of this league and happy to be a part of it. So with Storm Talents on both sides, are we going to have any big changes available to fensad? Tour Bus for ETC could be a big game changer. It'll be tricky for MJ Doom to stay far enough out of range of the Mosh. All right. Looks like they are ready. So we should be able to get back into it here shortly. A potential final team fight coming down here in the bottom lane. CW Ender looking to get aggressive. Gets the... Oh my gosh! That was the fastest I've seen a beetle explode! Holy cannoli. Ruglord gets the slow onto 2, Haunt to peel. Ruglord caught out a great distance from the rest of the team, and Hippo doing so much damage to the rest of TBD. CW Ender sharking for the Gul'dan. That kill onto a Nubarak will make it challenging for TBD to contest this objective point. Jazzy Fast and friends getting onto this bottom fort. Chauncey does still have the Buried Alive available, so if fensad aren't careful, they could clump up and get caught with a multi-hero silencing Entomb. Hippo's wave clear is going to slow down fensad's push onto this bottom fort. All the while, in mid lane, we've got a catapult pushing towards the keep wall. They're going to send Jazzy or Psycho back to deal with that lane pressure. And here comes Anubarak back from the Hall of Storms. Only 70% or so secured for fensad. That may give TBD the opportunity to get in on this point C. But it looks like they're not interested in it. Gul'dan not with the team here. All heroics up on both sides. And 2 heroes in the Protector for fensad. Jazzy Fast and CW Ender might be the targets of a major combo here. Hippo taking so much damage, drops the turret. That's a 4-person arrow. There's the slide, immediately caught in the silencing Entomb. A Haunt kills the ETC. Brightwing is able to blink heal their way out. Jazzy Fast uses the natural agility over the wall, but Hippo's chasing onto them. ICC TBD doing a great job fighting past the objective here. Hippo now out in front of the rest of the team. Chauncey getting onto Hirodi here. Ruglord able to drop the bunker. We'll see if Hirodi can make it out alive. Another slow from Chauncey is going to secure the kill onto the Chromie eventually. Probably. Slowly. There it is. Another dragon aspect down with the count. I don't know, wow, lore. I'm assuming that Deathwing is dead because Cataclysm happened. Either way, ICC TBD are going to continue with their hard-pushing comp. Rabid Penguin able to supplement their minion waves with the beetles. Means that they don't have to wait for their minion wave to catch up with them to continue pushing. Hippo and Phantoms able to do a lot of damage to buildings when left to their own devices. No Chromie, but we do have 4 heroes available, and that's another kill onto the Anubarak. Dragon's Arrow onto 2, Hippo's falling low, a Haunt lands onto Brightwing. That's another dead ICC TBD member. Phantoms falling low here. They don't pop the Tazdingo, wanting to save it for when they respawn. It's a fair point. The cooldown is longer than their death timer is likely to be. We'll see how fensad take advantage of these 3 hero kills. Looks like they're running towards the mid lane, wanting to secure that fort, kind of even up the catapult pressure here in the mid lane. And on the way, why not get a fort as they head towards this top keep? Very low. So they're likely going to even up the structure deficit here. Still 30 seconds until the Zul Jin respawns. Entomb catches 2. CW Ender gets hit with the light bomb, is eating all of the damage from Chauncey. Auto attack Leoric is not someone you want to walk up to like that. We do have the core shielding down and damage going onto the core, but I think fensad have bit off a little bit more than they can chew. Jazzy Fast leaping into the mid keep, and those 2 kills will rebuff fensad. So they were able to secure 19% of the core HP, but it's not going to be enough to end. Invisible Friends, oh my gosh, another great Horrify from Hippo. These haunts have been incredible. Hirobi falling very low, great body blocks from Rabid Penguin, and Ruglord able to escape on the bottom side. Rabid Penguin won't be deterred though. They pop the rewind and keep the body blocks up. The ice block from Chromie, holy cow, that's the longest chase I've ever seen. 2 catapults here in mid though will mean that the mid keep is likely to go down here. Still about 10 seconds until Hanzo respawns. That's gonna be the go sign for TBD to get onto this turret camp, securing another item for the next objective. We'll see how they move from here, if they prioritize more items. And it seems like they will do just that. Chauncey breaking off to work on the left side fortification camp. Fensad, no slouches, working on this top objective and getting their siege camp rolling in the top lane. That will put pressure onto the core of TBD. So we'll see if they send anyone back to deal with it. They don't really have the luxury of doing so with no global on their side. I would love to see Psycho push that lane out a little bit further, honestly. But I guess with TBD giving ground, we'll see how quickly they're able to clean this up. A huge Dragon's Arrow lands onto 2. There's the follow-up Slowing Sands. Bunker lands a great tour bus. That's going to be the kill onto Zul'jin. Rabid Penguin falls low here. 3 caught in the Entomb. Chauncey able to get a big heroic to save the rest of his team. But Hippo is now the target of fensad. Gul'dan not going to make it out alive this time. Catapults are approaching the core of fensad, but with only the front line and healer available for ICC TBD, fensad really want to finish off this game 2 and take us to a game 3, as they have in every other matchup between these two teams. Another huge AoE stun onto Rabid Penguin. MJ Dune falling low here. A catapult and camp and all 5 heroes available for fensad on this push. That is going to do it for game 2. Another one in the books, a 3-game series once again for our 2 teams. Well played. A absolutely crazy back and forth match there. In the end, fensad able to clutch it out. Super well played by them. An amazing tour bus from CW Ender there to secure those kills after Jazzy Fast hit the massive Dragon's Arrow. Making sure that the Tazdingo didn't go off really helped turn the tide of that last fight. Checking in on our post-game stats, we've got Hippo, top of the lobby once again, 91,000 damage. That W build does a lot of damage if you let it. Constantly having full resources is a pretty good place to be if you're a Heroes of the Storm player. Any builds out of the ordinary, nothing too surprising here. A proper greeting at level 5 for Chromie. That's how a lot of that damage was getting done onto those CC targets. That makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Another exciting game for game 2. Really well played to both of our teams, and we will get to go to a 3rd game here. All right. What will be the battleground selection this time round? I'm interested to find out if fensad are going to get a 3rd game of first pick There was no coin toss, as it is playoffs. ICC TBD were just awarded the opportunity of first pick or map pick in that first game, and they preferred map pick. So that is an interesting preference. I know a lot of teams opt for the first pick priority instead. And it looks like we do have our third map selected, Battleground, once again chosen by ICC TBD, this time Cursed Hollow. Sup Sound, sup Random Task, welcome in, glad to see you. So we will see if ICC TBD are going to be able to tie up their series record, as they've played 3 series against fensad and are currently 1-2 in those matchups, or if fensad will clutch it out, reverse their fortune from earlier in this season where they narrowly got eked out by a 2-1 victory on the side of ICC TBD. Really exciting to see these games so close in the playoffs. Not surprising, as these are 2 teams that are neck and neck in the standings. 2 maps separating them, or 2 points, I should say, separating them across their regular season scores. Start slow and taper off is 1-1. Okay, great. Yeah, that is the other Division B East playoff match going on tonight. I can't remember for the life of me who is streaming that. Perhaps it's Raka. It's certainly on the website. Be sure to go check them out too if you're sick of listening to me yammer on about these exciting games. It looks like we've got all players in the lobby, so we might be off to the races shortly. Cursed Hollow as a battleground always makes me think of Boss Control and Globals. Crush is streaming that, of course. Crush streams everything. Crush is the best. So we'll see how the teams approach the draft here for this third game, if they too feel that Globals and Boss Control mechanics are important. Let's get into our draft for game 1, or 3 rather. fensad once again, first to act. It's going to be the Volibear once again. I'm willing to guess that Phantoms is a real menace on the hero. And there's Lucio Ban once again. There's the Hogger Ban for the side of fensad. Some pretty tightly contested offlane picks in the series thus far. And of course, the Johanna Ban. First pick for fensad, I'm going to predict it's going to be Blaze again. Ruglord performed very well on the hero. And that they... Oh, it's going to be Dahaka instead. Paying attention to that global presence that we were talking about. Making sure that you can get as much experience across the entire map as possible. That will, of course, draw the Falstad Blaze response. Blaze, another great offlaner, and Falstad to match the global presence, at least partway, of Dahaka. Dahaka's not as distance limited with their Dig. Right wing, 2 globals now for fensad and Greymane. So that is another global and some really solid boss HP burn on the side of fensad. Next ban for ICC TBD, likely to be on a tank here. Perhaps another Muradin ban, as we saw last game. It's going to be Chromie instead, not wanting to deal with Hirobi's antics on that hero. It performed very well on it. Not surprised to see that target ban come out. And I'm imagining a healer ban from fensad. MJ Doom has been playing very well on the Anduin, so we will see the ban from fensad. Not surprised to see that respect ban go out. Next 2 picks here for ICC TBD still have healer, second front line, and second damage available to them. We could see another Stitches game. Diablo instead. Diablo and Rhaegar both. Rhaegar, always a solid hero. Ancestral is useful. Purge is a great cleanse. And Diablo is a challenge to deal with. There is some % damage available to fensad through Cursed Bullet, if that's how they want to play it. But they could lock in a bit more % damage here if they so chose. Instead, it's going to be the Muradin and Junkrat. Junkrat offering so much point control, once again, with that kind of focus on bosses. It's not surprising that fensad took that hero. They play very comfortably around it. Final pick here, one more damage dealer for ICC TBD. Is it a Sergeant Hammer? No, it's going to be the Tychus. That's fair. That makes sense. Tychus is a good hero too. Alright, so let's take a look at these drafts as we get into our next game. Blaze, Falstad, Diablo, Rhaegar, Tychus. Falstad gives you that boss control that you want, which is great. Diablo is going to be pretty strong into the damage structure that fensad have set up. Double global from fensad could give them the edge in securing early talent tiers. Junkrat also gives a lot of opportunities to stall the objective capture for ICC TBD. So fensad probably looking to do that thing. All right, let's get into game number 3, our last of the evening, and introduce our teams for the final time. Here on the left, we've got ICC TBD, Rabid Penguin on Diablo, Chauncey on Blaze, MJ Doom on Rhaegar, Phantoms playing Falstad, and Hippo on Tychus. And to the right in red, we've got fensad, Ruglord on Dahaka, CW Ender on Greymane, Hirobi on Junkrat, and Jazzy Fast playing Brightwing. Checking in on our level 1 talents, it's Devil's Due for Diablo. Interesting. Another Q build for Phantoms on the Falstad. Tissue regeneration for Ruglord. Looking for a drag. Isn't going to land. They are flipped over, but able to pop their burrow to get away. And quarterback for Hippo is giving them a lot of long-range poke. Psycho catching Chauncey in the rotation there. We'll see if this gank turns into anything. Psycho able to land the Stormbolt, but no serious follow-up damage. Camp's just about to spawn here, and so Greymane is off to the races, starting up this Bruiser camp here on the right side. They have pre-tapped, and so they'll do it alone. They don't need no stinking healer. A phase shift now onto the Greymane player. Ruglord taking a pretty one-sided trade with Phantoms there. They will tap well and be happy healthy. First camp secured for fensad. We'll see if they're going to be able to get any of their assassins in range to push with the Bruiser camp. With Greymane working on the siege camp in bottom, it is unlikely that the Bruiser camp in mid is going to get supported by any of fensad. Jazzyfast will be here to pick up the minion XP, but no serious push will be available for the red team. Looks like CW Ender will be here just in time. Chauncey getting beat up by Psycho here. Psycho doing a great job to ward these rotations, playing the bushes very well. And Greymane plus a Bruiser camp equals an early first tower going over to fensad. Psycho gets flipped, but still has their Dwarf Toss. 4-hero commitment to the mid lane. And minion XP is in favor of the red team here. Both globals in the far lane from the objective, spawning in top. We'll see how fensad look to play this. They're outnumbered up here, but they've got a lot of long-range poke. Looks like they're gonna keep trying. Or Ruglord digs in, gets a boop onto Chauncey, misses the drag, however. It does buy enough room for CW Ender to get that first channel. Hirobi chasing in a little bit further. He's gonna eat a grenade from Hippo. But it looks like everyone will make it out alive. Psycho jumping over the wall here. 4-on-4 in the top lane. All the while, Phantoms was able to push a bit in bot lane. Get a little bit of damage done on that fort wall. But the early siege advantage is definitely in fensad's favor, as is the talent tier lead. Level 7s on both sides, a narrow bit of XP for the red team. A full W build for Diablo, opting for Eternal Flames at 7, resetting their W whenever they stun an enemy hero. Hirobi stepping far out for the globe. CW Ender here, stunned and flipped. Oh my gosh, a huge boop onto Hippo. And CW Ender Dark Flight's in. Are they able to get the cocktail? Not with enough time. A great stun from Rabid Penguin will secure a kill onto the Gilnean. And first blood goes over to ICC TBD. This will likely give our blue team, with a favorable objective spawn and a power play on the map, plenty of room to secure this curse. Hirobi will have something to say about it, though. They're in range with their frag launcher. They've got a lot of long-range poke available to them. A fly in from Phantoms will make for a 5-hero commitment here in the top lane. And that's going to be enough to zone the rest of fensad out. In mid, we've got a Bruiser camp pushing for ICC TBD, and in bot, we've got Ruglord pushing with himself. Already getting a lot of that fort front wall. Jazzyfast falling exceptionally low here, gets the cleanse and the heal thanks to critical mist at level 7. The Spell Armor aura has been eliminated from the Bruiser camp, but there are still many ranged minions available to put some pressure onto this mid-fort wall. Phase shift coming in onto Psycho here. And not quite as much siege achieved, but if you're ICC TBD, you're going to be happy to have whatever you can get. A 4-hero commitment in this top-mid jungle. Bosses are available. I'm surprised that we haven't seen fensad get onto it. An interesting stun interaction. Psycho getting over the wall, but getting stunned on the wall. And objective spawns in bot lane. A really well-timed camp for ICC TBD may make it challenging for fensad to get to this objective in full force on time. And in top, Hippo gets the one-on-one 1v1 solo kill. Ruglord stepped pretty far out here. Will meet Rabid Penguin in the bush, but they're able to escape without too much trouble. fensad able to secure their bruiser camp and immediately get onto the top boss, assuming, rightfully so, that ICC TBD are on their boss on the bot side of the map. Without Hippo here, they're a little bit slower than I think they might like to be on the boss, but they're still able to rip through it pretty quickly. fensad will secure theirs first, and they've got pressure in more on more of the map. Ruglord getting push here on the mid lane. Gets stunned by Chauncey. They might be in trouble. They do still have Essence available, I believe. And they've got Dig available as well, so they are likely to pop down to bot lane, match Phantoms here, and try and take care of this boss as much as possible. Of course, on the top side, fensad has been pushing with their boss the whole time, able to secure that top fort. Not a bad place to be for this next objective. Our blue team no longer has a well to tap, but they aren't able to get a stall on... Oh my gosh, Ruglord gets a solo kill. Completely missed it. Committed the isolation for it, but I think if you're on the side of fensad, you are happy to trade that cooldown for that kill. A great Stormbolt from Psycho stops Chauncey in their tracks. Level 13's online for fensad. It's going to unlock Primal Rage, a big power spike for the Dahaka, as well as Unfettered Assault for Greymane, getting cooldown reduction for the Razor Swipe. A pretty big power spike for them as well. Level 13's on both sides. It's going to be Q build from Hippo. Spray and Pray, offering a slow. Looks like fensad stuck around a little too long. CW Ender gets flipped, and that's going to be the kill onto the Greymane. Rabid Penguin responding very well. Of course, mid-fort goes down in the meantime. 5v4 for another objective. We'll see if fensad are able to stall. They still have their Junkrat available. Chauncey and MJ Doom base checking Jazzyfast and Psycho here, but they don't have much damage, and it's 3v5. A great boop, but there's the stun on the Psycho. They're able to leap out, still have Avatar available. Cleanse from Jazzyfast to get the Muradin out, and I think the rest of blue team will be able to wear all of these grenades from Junkrat. First curse secured by the home team here. Psycho gets gusted and stunned. There's the lightning breath in the back. Ruglord digs, lands the isolation onto MJ Doom, but eats a stun. There's the burrow. They do still have Essence available. All the heroics are flying back and forth. Mid lane, the push with the bruiser camp is still in favor of ICC TBD, and it looks like they're going to get the better of this top fort as well. fensad, knowing that their important cooldowns are no longer available, don't want to keep fighting with ICC TBD, opting instead to start cleaning up this mid lane fort push. CW Ender pushing out this camp, trying to be as active on the map as possible while they still have time. An experience lead still in favor of fensad here, thanks to the increased minion experience. A drag now onto the Diablo, and an isolation onto the Falstad. Ruglord trying to 1v5 here. Chauncey caught in the backline. They do still have Essence available. Another stun, cleanse out onto the Diablo, but they'll be respawning shortly with their Black Soulstone. A dig in from Ruglord, able to get onto Hippo here. And a great follow-up stun from Psycho. Another kill for fensad. That's 3. They're likely to push further under this mid-keep here. That's also going to secure their level 16s. A great flip from the blue team onto Psycho. They're looking for a dwarf toss, and they get it just in the nick of time. Ruglord able to get another amazing drag, this time onto MJ Doom on the Rhaegar. This has been all fensad here in the later half of the game. This big push here in mid and the next objective spawn in a favorable position for fensad could spell disaster for ICC TBD. Psycho has drawn keep aggro. CW Ender eating the stun, but they're able to escape once again. Jazzy Fast cleansing, doing a great job to keep their teams safe. Level 16s on both sides. It's going to be the completion of the W build for Diablo. Chauncey opting for the Juggernaut Plating Spell Shield. And both teams getting immediately onto their bosses. Looks like fensad will be a little bit faster to finish up theirs, but not with enough time to invade. We'll see if fensad look to play for this next tribute, or instead try and get even closer to their storm talents. I would love to see Ruglord on the Dahaka keep soaking here. But Curse Boss is strong. A silence now onto the Diablo, and a stun follow-up from Psycho. Ruglord able to get another stun here, and another drag. Rabid Penguin falling low. A great gust from Phantoms will get the rest of ICC TBD out. Of course, all the while in topside, 2 catapults and a boss are wailing away on top keep. ICC TBD will need to respond to that shortly. And fensad, understanding that there is split decision making to... Oh my gosh, CW Ender taking a lot of damage. The Ancestral comes out onto Rabid Penguin. They are safe here. Chauncey and Rabid Penguin in trouble. That's another great drag. Ruglord, a absolute menace. Oh, Boss Stun catches 2. Phantom's falling low. Rhaegar caught, unable to get the cleanse onto anyone. Diablo is going to get the kill onto the Greymane, but Boss is on core. I don't know if ICC TBD are going to be able to stop this push. The boss has been eliminated. Hirobi looking to die on core here. Martyrdom will secure it, and that's going to do it for Game 3 and the series. ICC TBD unable to stop the late game onslaught from fensad. Absolutely nuts. A really awesome late game spike for the red team, doing super well. I gotta call out Ruglord, specifically his drags and the digs and drags. Pretty incredible to see how that all worked out. Some really good defensive play from the Brightwing as well. Really awesome. We'll see if any of fensad are interested in doing an interview. But an absolutely huge final push from fensad, and that's going to secure their semifinals playoff berth. I'm sure they're excited for it. Let's take a look at the end-of-game stats here. Tychus able to do a bunch of damage, but Hirobi eking it out there. checking in on our talents. It was a full trap build from the Junkrat, and the game, of course, ending before level 20, so we did not get to see any Storm talents. And it looks like we will get an interview, so let's hop over there. Hello, hello. Well done. That was very exciting, very hectic. Late game was all you guys, but getting up to that point was quite the... Oh, I haven't swapped scenes. Swapping the scenes. Now everyone can hear you. That was a crazy late game go of it. How did you guys feel in the final moments pushing into this game 3? You know, knowing that you guys had gone down in the normal season to ICC TBD, was this kind of like a grudge match for you guys?
I think I'll take this one for real quick. I'll rug load. I think they've played. I'm new to the team, so they've played that team back and forth seasons prior. But I'm glad we can at least get the win, round 1 for these guys. It's all rug lord, and that's all I got to say about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, kind of like what Ender said. We played them a lot. We scrimmed them a lot. We have a lot of history, so. They really surprised us the first time we played them. I think they really stepped it up this season. I think they felt like I was playing against a totally different team, even though we've had this history. We did not play together last season, and I think they improved a lot during that time. I don't think we deserved to win, to be honest. I thought they were the better team, but I think we got kind of lucky, and here we are.
Absolutely. So let's talk through the series a bit. Game 1, Alterac Pass, you guys got your first pick, Hogger. When Hippo pulled out the Nazebo, was that something that y'all had scouted? Was that something that you were expecting? Is that something that you guys weren't necessarily worried about? What was going through your heads when you saw the Nazebo pick?
I didn't really have any faith in it, to be honest. I thought it was a bad pick, and I think Hippo did a good job. I don't think Nazebo caused any problems that any other character would have caused, to be honest with you. I think we died more. I think the Stitches was a more scary pick. I think it was really hard to channel objective because whoever's channeling it is in vision, and Stitches can just... It's such a small area. You can always hook there, and
definitely
it's hard. It's really rough.
It's a great tech pick for the map, to be sure.
Yeah, I'm actually taking notes right now.
Fair enough. All right, they picked the first battleground for game 1. They took it. Game 2, Volskaya. It was really back and forth, a true slobber knocker. You guys were able to draw the first HP off of their core, but ended up getting kind of wiped there. What's morale like after the failed first core push? Do you guys have a good idea of like, we can get back into this, or, you know, is there one person on the team who does a great job in keeping spirits high?
Not me. I think, at least for me personally, I feel like a lot of times we just, play to see what happens. Definitely didn't feel good not ending there, but it was kind of a long shot. I think we were way too hesitant on that. I think if we had made the call earlier, I think we could have done it. But we just keep playing, play it out.
Yeah, in general, the guys are pretty good of like keeping a level head, not beating ourselves up for mistakes and stuff like that. So it's just, in my opinion, it's just very important. Just keep it moving, and we can discuss what happened or what transpired after the match.
Awesome. Yeah, you love to hear it. And then game 3, Cursed Hollow. It was another one that was looking pretty back and forth until level 16, and Ruglord licked all of ICC TBD to death. Would that be a fair assessment? That's what it looked like from my end.
I mean, I definitely appreciate the compliment. I think the big thing was I ISO'd Falstad there, so he couldn't gust us away.
Yes.
I think
the
that was the
isolations
winning
were
play.
also really big.
I think they just got a little overzealous. Like, there was definitely a chance that we just die there, and now they have 16s. And they do have Falstad, so it is a better play for them. But and we do have to funnel into a choke. I just feel like there's always a chance of it going wrong. But I think if Falstad ripped the gust earlier, I think they get that.
Sure.
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I was gonna say I don't think it's a good play at all, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was actually a really good play. I think it was just execution. Honestly, I felt more in control of Curse than any other one. I thought that our early game was pretty good. We had a small hiccup where we dropped one objective that I think we could have contested. It was on our side of the map. It was bottom, I think. But I think our boss timings were really good. I think our camp timings were really good, and I think it really shows. Sometimes I'm hesitant to take camps early because it means that the other team can clear it faster. But I think it really showed that like we were able to take the camps sooner, which meant that it also came up sooner. And I think the repetitive waves of camps were really big. Like at one point we traded bosses, but we could go push with ours, or defend. But they had fewer choices because there was a mid camp pushing their building, and we couldn't have done that if we didn't take hard camp a little bit. If we didn't take hard camp at the right time, which it just restrains their options a little bit. It means that if they go clear boss, they lose mid. If they don't clear mid, they lose top.
Definitely.
Or they lose a lot more top.
Setting up those split decisions, as is the goal with strong macro. All right, so that secures you guys for the semifinals here. Let me take a look at the bracket here. You guys are going to be going up against the winner of Shut Up and Rage and Start Slow Then Taper Off, who are also playing tonight, I believe. Is there one team of those two that you would prefer to go up against in your next playoff round?
I prefer to play against my boys and Start Slow and Taper Off. So Zeno, we're looking at you, kid. Waiting for you guys to win that game.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, Start Slow's match was really good when we played them. I think it basically came down to game 3. It really came down to the wire. I think it'd be kind of through. So I think whatever the outcome, I think it'll be a banger match for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very exciting. All right. Well, before I let you go back and celebrate with the rest of the team, are there any shout-outs that you want to give? The floor is yours.
Yeah, shout out to you for sure for casting. Thank you for picking it up. Shout out to the team for having me. And shout out to the upcoming matches for sure for any of those teams that we face.
Yeah, shout out to TBD. Shout outs to Chauncey. He's a bro. He's actually somewhat helping me plan my vacation trip coming up. So big plugs.
What a bro.
Shout out to you, Sound. I see you around all the time. Really glad you picked up casting this season.
Yeah, it's been lots of fun.
Yeah, you seem to be having fun. Shout outs to the team for putting up with everything. And yeah, that's it.
Excellent. All right, well, very well played. Have a great night.
You you too.
Good night.
That's going to do it for the quarterfinal B East playoff game for the evening. In the end, fensad able to squeak out a win on Cursed Hollow, a tight contest between the 4th and 5th seeds of this playoff bracket. A really exciting match. Before I sign off, I'll give some shoutouts of my own. This stream would not be possible without all of the contributions of a number of different artists and programmers whose art and music and software that I use. So please check out all of the websites I've got below the video, as well as potentially in chat. And you can also stick around after I sign off for a credit roll that will feature all of their information. Check them out. They do great stuff, and they're why the stream looks as good as it does. And of course, a big shout out to all of you for tuning in. Thank you once again for cheering these two teams on. And I am excited to see you guys later in the playoffs. Until next time, that's going to be it from me. Good luck, have fun, peace, and love.